It's such a fine line between stupid and clever. Yeah,
it's just that little turnabout.
Yeah. Little Hand says it's time to rock and roll.
Bring the noise.
Oh, man. I will never forgive your ass for this shit. This is some fucked up, repugnant shit.
So we're all dog faces. We're all very, very different. But there is one thing that we all have in common. We're mutants. There's something wrong with us. Something very, very wrong with us. Something seriously wrong with us.
You're listening to The Mean Geek, comics podcasting on the very ragged, raw, leading edge of friggin' civility.
Alrighty, Rooney.
Mickey? Andy?
Probably Andy.
Yeah,
he's more obscure.
I don't know if he is anymore.
When's
the last time anybody talked about Mickey Rooney?
Oh no, people know Mickey.
People like who?
Well, all right, my pop don't count.
Yeah,
but,
no.
All right,
I knew you were going there too. I'm like, my pop. I'm like, really? The big Elvis fan knows Mickey Rooney.
All right, kids. It's the Tech Jedi. It's the almost co-host, Reverend Mad Duck. Yep. We're here for part 2 of the milestone, episode 50, The Mean Geek, comics podcasting on the edge of civility.
Do you think we're still on the edge of civility?
Oh, well, it's just a tagline. It's not really... most taglines really don't fit after a while anyway, so...
Particularly in B movies.
We're not a B movie.
You don't think so? What the hell is that?
Dude, we have to get a whole lot better to be a B.
Alright, fair enough.
We're going through a list of books. We're going through a list of fan suggestions.
But first...
Believe me, if there's anybody shocked that we got fans, it's us.
I still don't believe... I think you made the list up, personally.
Huh?
I think you made the list up.
No, I can show you the email. It's in our communal email address.
We have a communal email address?
Yeah, themeanergeek@gmail.com.
Can I log into this?
Yes, you may. Of course. I talked about this with you way back last year when we started this shit.
Really?
Yes.
Was I listening?
No.
Well then.
Like usual.
I stand corrected.
God. If you're not on a mic, you don't know what the fuck you're doing.
So, you did an exciting comic-based weekend.
Well, more geeky-based weekend.
That sounds worse.
Well, it only happens once a year, and it's the only real convention to go to in Connecticut, so I had to go to Connecticon, because that's the most...
In Connecticut, it's Connecticon!
If you're an anime fan.
Which I am not.
If you're an anything else fan, you take your chances. It's a good thing I went on Sunday when it was... the tickets were reduced to $25.
So if you'd spent the full $40 ticket...
I'd have been pissy. Would not have been happy. I was okay with the number and quality of the costumes people were wearing. I was unhappy with the sexiness of many of the barely pubescent girls wearing said costumes. That was very creepy.
Yeah.
But they're anime kids, so creep is what you get.
Nope. Any furries?
There were fucking furries.
Come on.
Yes.
God damn.
I clearly identified 2 full-on furries.
Ew.
Yes, there was a raccoon and I think a dog. I'm not real sure. He was brown. He didn't have the short, round ears that a bear usually has, so it must have been a dog.
Yeah.
But yeah, walking around in the mid-July Connecticut heat in a full-on... Dude, I passed by one. I couldn't avoid him. The funk came off that motherfucker. It felt like I was in a Richard Pryor routine. The funk came out the door, knocked my ass down.
Give me a bite of that sandwich.
Holy shit. But I did find some good shit. In one of the 2 actual comic shops that were actually dealing books, I found some nice stuff. And I'm going to pull it out right now.
Oh, dear God.
Not that, you dummy. Alright. I caught up on a Detective Comics I didn't have before.
Nice.
830 from 2007. I caught up on a Old Man Logan. And then I got Invincible Iron Man 65 and 75.
Very nice.
For $2 a pop.
Not bad at all.
$2 a pop. I love it. And it was a toss-up. I saw a really cool cover, and then I saw the one that said, "The battle for the Golden Globe goes on, but in the end, only the Black Llama shall triumph." So llamas.
Yes.
Iron Man fights llamas.
Well, no,
There's-
it's one L, which makes it a mystic.
Oh, yes.
Two llamas, two L's would be cool.
Yeah, okay. Yep.
Dude,
yep.
the Black Llama. Can't you just imagine like the Emperor's New Groove llama with a little Zorro costume? I'd totally read that book.
And on number 65, which was, 10 issues before, the multicolored menace called Dr. Spectrum.
Oh, dear God.
Yes.
Oh, nice.
It is the awesome sauce. And I'm pretty sure this is a Buscema cover. Buscema cover.
Let me see.
Yeah. All right, look at the cop's face. That's definitely one of the Buscema brothers. And I got my first encounter outside of Free Comic Book Day of Atomic Robo. I got the trade paperback called Atomic Robo and the Fightin' Scientists of Tesladyne.
Very nice.
I saw Fightin' Scientists and I'm like, I gotta have that. That's something I must have.
Now, you did enjoy the Free Comic Book Day Robo book, didn't you?
Yeah, absolutely. I was quite happy. I got Brian Clevenger and Scott Wegener to sign my Atomic Robo. I look forward to reading that later on in the week.
Go Robo. It's your birthday.
I got a guy who did a 24-hour comic book day comic. Haven't read it yet, but it looks pretty good. I got my niece, who I took with me, a copy of Paradigm Shift, which is apparently Werewolf Cops. But no, I flipped through it and I was quite happy with the art. So I let her give it a shot for, $5. It couldn't hurt anybody on the planet.
Fair enough.
So it looked like it was paced well and was telling story well. I got Sean Wang's Runners, Book 1, Bad Goods, for $1 a copy in floppies, straight from the man himself. Now, I was talking to this guy for a good 10 minutes, which doesn't sound like a lot, but in a con, it's not a bad... He wrote The Tick after Edlin left.
Intriguing.
He wrote it longer than freaking Edlin did.
So what period was he writing?
Immediately after Edlin left.
So that would have been...
Yeah, don't think too hard.
It's gone.
So I was quite happy with all those, but... And I haven't opened this yet, and I'm very scared to. But, because I know there's going to be a coupon missing, or, some kids got, 7 pages stuck together with snot. There's, something horrifying like that that's going to just totally ruin my perception of the book. But, for $4 lousy dollars...
And they were lousy dollars.
Well, yeah, I mean, they were all
crinkly,
dirty, and old. They were like Series 2000.
Somebody drew on George.
But yeah, it's big fat fucking mustache like Snidely. Anyway, it's really banged up, and I know the suspense is killing everybody, so I'm just going to let it go just a little bit more. Captain America 106.
Very nice.
Bad Dow. So... I'm going to crack it open right now. Fuck this. It's my book now. Oh, yeah. It smells old. It is definitely a first print, since they didn't do that shit back then. It's Stan Lee and Jack Kirby, inked by Frank Giacoia and lettered by Sam Rosen. And it jumps right in saying, Cap goes wild. Oh, yes, there it is right there. There's the thing that kills it. Owned by Ralph B.
Look at the binding too. You can
Yeah,
see
the
it.
binding is shit. The staples are about to fall out.
There's probably a Marvel value stamp missing.
Maybe.
No, this is too early for value stamps.
There were several of them that he was selling. Oh my God, Chairman fucking Mao's in here.
What?
Shit, yeah, look at that. Little Red Cookbook. Little Red Cookbook.
Oh my lord.
That's great. Lots of Kirby Crackle. Lots of strange headgear on the women. Don't understand it. I think there's no... I'm not going to get that deep into it. Very meaningful stare out of Steve Rogers here. No, nothing cut out of it. It's just banged up. So, for $4, having something this old...
What year is it?
This is 1968.
So, 52 years old.
What?
No, 42 years old.
Yeah. 42. Yeah. 3 years older than me. Yeah.
Wow, I wasn't even going there.
Yeah.
Paranoid much?
Yeah. You can't say I'm not justified. So we got in there, and the first thing we're faced with is a Sailor Moon guy. I'm like, is this how this day is going to go? And my poor niece, man, she's just like, hey, I get to go to a show for free. I've been back in Connecticut 2 weeks. I get to go to a show. So I bought her a bunch of shit, you know, some $5 trades. I got her a huge collection of the Marvel Essentials version of the official handbook of the Marvel Universe.
Oh, dear God.
It's like 2.5 inches thick. It's $5. Got her a Deadpool book because she loves Deadpool. And then I gave her a shitload of books out of my own collection to borrow. She's going to try Walking Dead, Ex Machina, Fables, Why the Last Man. Lots of good stuff for her.
If you go through the stuff I gave
Long
you,
Halloween.
there should be some decent Deadpool stuff floating in there.
Yeah, there probably is. Unless one of the guys took it when I let everyone on the planet rifle through my collection like a fucking rape victim.
You were trying to get rid of some key items there.
The Moon Knights were not calling me to stick around.
Someday you're going to look back like, wow, I had almost a complete run of Moon Knight and I gave it away.
And I'll be, you know, laughing hysterically because I like the idea of not having Moon Knight.
Maybe she likes Spawn.
Ugh. Well, she is only 18. She might. So we walked around, and she wanted to just start checking out stuff right off the bat. I'm like, no. I clearly have to teach you about conventions here. You take a quick run around, you eyeball things, you memorize where things are and what their prices are. You go to every single dealer, you go around the outside, and then you circle around, and then you come in the inside, and you go up and down the aisles, and you just catch anything that catches you right off the bat and memorize it. And then you see if you can get a better price out of somebody else. Because sure enough, somebody had a bunch of digest manga for buy one, get one free. But 5 tables over, they had mostly the same stuff, or buy one, get 3 free. They were desperate to get rid of that shit.
Hard to believe.
Or 2, buy 2, get 3 free. So that's still a much better deal, either way. So, we ran around, got something to eat eventually, didn't see any panels. Met Somer and D'Souza again from Least I Could Do.
Very nice.
Got a nice little sketch of Rain holding a lightsaber
Very
from
nice.
D'Souza. Although he didn't finish it, so he's going to send it to me. And he better, because I gave him my fucking money.
Yeah, I'm sure he will.
And I like them guys, so I would hope that they would come through. So I wouldn't want to start off with any bad faith from them. So, Somer, if you're listening, give me the goddamn sketch. Anyway, it was kind of funny because my niece is so short, people mistake her age rather easily.
Right.
So I was talking to Somer, And we mentioned something, and he's like, fuck it. And he looks at my niece and says, oh, excuse me. I was like, she's 18. He says, oh, well, then fuck it. It was pretty funny.
I'm sure. So it sounds like a decent convention.
It was all right. Then we sat down and had lunch with Mario, Luigi, Wario, and some character from that strain I don't know.
Luigi? Was it a purple Luigi?
I think so.
That's Luigi. That's the evil.
Oh, for the Wario version of Luigi.
I love Wario. Okay. Wario is my man. That was my, as you know, that was my Mario Kart monstrosity. Me and Wario.
Yes, I hated you for that. There was a pretty decent Boba Fett.
Nice.
There was a pretty poor Superman.
Not so nice.
Yeah, if you're gonna be Superman, you need just the teeniest bit of bulk. You know, if you're a scrawny little shit, you need to be like Flash or something. But, you know, and he had it all slicked the fuck back, man. But he had these huge cheekbones that was like, you do not look like any Superman I've ever seen ever. He looked like somebody wanted to be Bizarro but got a little soft.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, he had cheekbones that were so sharp I thought he was going to kill somebody. I was like, you need to pick another fucking character, man.
He's me, Superman.
So they had one of the arms dealers, so to speak, had a Boffers contest.
Oh, Lord.
And I'm watching them, I'm like, you guys may be having fun, but now I know fencing, and you guys ain't doing it, man.
Should have entered.
I thought about it, but I had just eaten when I found out about it. So I'm like, yeah, I really need to puke while fighting somebody. That'd be a great idea.
Hey, that's probably a great defensive move.
Not in that heat. That would have sucked balls.
That would be another way to puke, really.
So what else did we do? We went upstairs, and we started talking to the highly independent artists. Which, they had some interesting stuff. You know, there's probably some amusing, interesting stuff in their, you know, repertoire. But I saw Ralph the Destroyer, and I had to get it because it's just so humorous to me. Look at this disappointed little alien with his antenna all down, all crestfallen. I really hope it's funny. So, let's see, anything else interesting? We didn't really talk to a lot of people because they're really creepy. And when we stopped by the live action Japanese movie section, the Japanese are fucked up.
Okay.
Dude, they got a movie series, and I'm not making this shit up. Tokyo Gore Police.
Okay.
And it's got a woman with a gun and fishnets and a sword on the cover, and there's just this.
Hence why you picked it up.
Come on. I was like, Tokyo Gore Police, what the fuck? And I was just struck by the incongruence of what they think. Little sketch of the aliens. They had this ninja assassin girl, and that was like the name of the show, Ninja Assassin Girl. It was live action, and I'm like, you know, I can kind of get away with a cartoon with a ninja action girl, but that girl is way too cute and soft to be a ninja assassin. I can't imagine her sticking a sword in anything. I mean, they're just too short and petite and cute to be killing people left and right. But the Japanese fucking love that.
Hey.
I saw a copy of Suicide Club. I'm like, that's enough of that shit right there. We're moving on to the next table. You never saw that, did you?
I'm not the kind of guy who watches things called Suicide Club.
Well, you know, I make such horrible decisions when I branch out movie-wise.
Yes. I've been telling you this for years.
I'm like, okay, I work in a video store now. I have my pick of thousands of flicks I've never seen before. Let's start in the international section, because I should broaden my horizons, cinematically speaking. I get a couple of things. I get Old Boy. I was like, that's brutal, but very good. Suicide Club. Wanted to fucking puke in the first 5 minutes.
Always sweet.
First 5 minutes, really. 30 schoolgirls in the subway all decide they're going to jump down into the path of the train. They get crushed, and they're not timid about showing heads popping open. So I'm like, I'm pretty much done with this flick. But I was also bored and didn't have anything else to do, so I finished it. And there's an abandoned bowling alley where some nuthatch with bleached hair is keeping puppies under sheets and smashing them with hammers at random. Yeah, it was pretty bad. The Japanese are they are 7 kinds of fucked up.
That's very strange. Why don't you just do what I do? Look for Chow Yun Fat movies and run like fuck.
There was plenty of those. There was plenty of HK action out there.
Any God of Gamblers?
No, didn't see that.
I need to pick that up. I had that tape, but it broke.
Oops. I was disappointed to see only 3 comic dealers. Sarge's was there, but they had just almost nothing but their anime. Which, Kineticon is first and foremost an anime and costuming convention. And then after that, a gaming and tabletop gaming convention. And comics are a sideline at best. And I think they could get probably 1,000 more fans showing up buying tickets if they would court more comic dealers to the place.
I don't know how much the comic fan... I mean, it's a niche market. I mean, they could probably... 2 is pretty disappointing. Or 3 or...
3 was horribly disappointing. And I'm counting Sarge's in there because they did have a few regular books.
But not much.
So, really, comic exclusive dealers, 2.
2. So not too high.
No.
Did you buy anything in the way of anime or HK action after all?
No. I debated heavily a couple of semi-interesting action-looking flicks. But then I figured, these things are still $35. I was paying that for a bootleg tape 15 years ago. I don't need to be paying that for a DVD now. And it wouldn't say if it was dubbed. The one thing I did miss was there was no bootlegs of any sort there at all.
Yeah, well,
I was kind of surprised about that.
They've been smashing that market big time.
But then I remembered what happened to the owner of Sarge's. And I'm like, yeah, they're probably not taking chances on this. Because 2-3 years ago, he got busted for that very thing. I was like, sorry, Bob. Should have been a little more discreet with it. Keep him behind the counter. Hey, pal, I noticed you want some cutie honey.
What the fuck is cutie honey?
Yeah, there's another anime super heroine.
Nah.
I noticed you. How's your wallet? You want this copy instead? Discretion. Come on. Think about these things.
I'm really not up on it. I mean, what? I like Ninja Scroll.
Which I saw 4 different versions of there.
I like El Hazard.
I tried talking to one of the movie dealers.
Yeah.
And I'm like, remember when we had to get these on tape? And they were like $45? And she's looking at me like,
no.
And then she thought for a second and she said, VHS tape? Wow. And I'm like, I gotta go get some lunch now.
It's been lovely meeting you.
She didn't look like she was 12. She looked like she was an adult.
I remember when you were into anime and you would literally buy. It was so hard to find anything.
You would get just about anything.
You literally would. Like, it's not. The only way you'd turn it down is if you'd already seen it and didn't like it.
Yeah.
Anything else you would purchase and be annoyed by.
Yes.
But you didn't have a chance to differentiate. You own some horrible things.
I did. I got some really bad ones. But I also had some decent ones. MD Geist was okay.
Vampire Hunter
Tank
D.
Police was all right.
I didn't like that at all.
Well, I mean, all right says is far cry from fucking A.
Vampire Hunter D with his talking hand.
I enjoyed that so very much. I really did.
I might watch again.
And then, God, what else did we do? She ran around and got a lot of pictures.
Did you get some decent pictures?
I didn't take any myself. I let her take them. She's got to learn the convention ways, man. She's got to break out and
I don't know
ask
any of these
people
convention
for
ways. I just dive right in like a lunatic, and you know it.
Yeah.
I never walk around in circles or scout things or memorize anything. I get lost every time.
That's the problem.
I didn't know there were plans.
Oh shit, yeah, there's plans. No, shows in a hotel is one thing. Cons are far different, man. Cons are like 10 times the size of that shit. You need a plan.
I get lost.
That's why you need a fucking plan.
I get lost in plans.
Ugh.
Anyway,
You're
we
retarded.
as our con conversation has been exciting and all, but let's return to the actual reason behind 50 fan requests.
Ta-da!
What
What
lays
are we-
untouched?
Untouched. Dream crossovers. What would we be as furries?
Oh, fuck, really?
Yes. Zombie comics. Goblinita. Cabo's favorite, the sexiest sci-fi or comics females. Yeah, Cabo, you don't even listen, and you're gonna make us talk about this shit. Top 3 comic movies and comic books.
Okay.
So where do you want to start?
Let's get the creepy ones out of the way, then we'll do some books.
All right. So what would you be as a furry, Rev?
Pissed.
A duck.
No, man.
You
My
wouldn't be a
spirit
duck?
animal.
Your spirit animal. When did you turn all native and shit?
Wile E. Coyote.
You would be a Wile E. Coyote.
Scraggly, unattractive,
And not too fucking bright.
and genius. Who are you kidding? And likely to be hurt at high speeds.
He was only super genius in 2 or 3 of those.
Wile
and it really
E. Coyote.
didn't turn out that well for him.
Name
did it?
another animal that can build a rocket, sir.
He
Or
got
that can
that-
mail order. I'm
Yeah,
all
now,
about that.
do you know what ACME stands for? ACME actually is an acronym. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
Yes. If you think about it for half a minute, you're a bright guy.
What does it stand for?
Come on, try it.
Nope.
A company that makes everything.
Ah.
So
Ow.
you would be Wile E. Coyote, super genius.
Well, you know, I mean, the coyote just kind of covers. Then you go back to all the way back to Mark Twain's Coyote, which was the basis of Wile E. Coyote. So yeah, as much as I fucking loathe and detest furries, if I had to be a furry, and I assume that we can't just pass.
No, we
since it's a
can't
fan
pass.
request. I would be a coyote.
All right, very good. So at least you get to be cutesy.
Sure. Yeah, that's a perk. I feel like showering.
I would be a Komodo dragon. Oh wait, they don't have fur. Never mind.
Wow. A scaly. You've created a new subgenre of
Oh no,
disgusting.
there are scalies, but
Come on!
there totally are.
Oh.
When I was
That's
investigating
filthier
these
than
things,
a bag of frogs.
well, I might be a dog. I might be a bat. I don't know. Furry, why the fuck would he ask us this
Just
question?
pick one.
Because he knows we hate furries, and the more we talk about furries,
The more pissed
the
off
more
I get.
uncomfortable we get, and the funnier he thinks it is. Thanks, Jay. You're a great boss. Fuck you.
Wait, our fan is your boss?
One of them.
Oh, dear Lord. All right, so what
You
would
knew
you
that.
be? What's your official...
I guess I'd be a bear.
Wow, that's got all sorts of connotations.
Because I'm big and cuddly and furry.
Yeah, okay.
I am sweating balls in this apartment. What
Well-
the fuck kind of place do you live in?
A hot one, apparently. Filled with gay bears.
But I'd be a daddy bear.
I'm actually crying blood. That's super. I've had an exorcist moment thanks to this question. All right, what was the other creepy one?
Oh, it depends. I mean, there's dirty and there's creepy. I mean, there isn't really any other creepy ones.
All right, what's the other one?
The dirty one is sexiest sci-fi or
All right.
comic female.
Top 5.
Do we have to go for 5?
Yeah, that's how we do things.
You
I
said
mean, I'm not
sexy.
doing it with damn bears, but
He said sexiest, which means
every other thing
the
we've done
top
is a
one.
5.
I don't like 5s.
You like 10s, but you ain't never gonna get one, so you might as well. Better revel in the 5, son.
As long as there's 2 of them. Boom.
10 by default.
Let's see. Who were the top 5 sexiest comic book or sci-fi characters? Grace Park as Athena in Battlestar Galactica.
Okay. The Borg chick in the jumpsuit.
Oh, Jerry Ryan. Let's see. I'm going. It was pseudo sci-fi. It wasn't amazing sci-fi. Evangeline Lilly.
Lost.
Yes. Freckles.
All right. I think because we're both going to go 4 real people, so it has to be
I'm not
one
gonna do
actual
all
comic.
real people.
Okay, you're not. All right. I have to do at least one comic because otherwise I'd happily pick none. All right. Jewel State and Firefly.
There you go. Since we're watching that right now,
It does help.
she's great looking woman. And then I've always found Janet Van Dyne incredibly sexy.
Of course you have. Really,
Okay, just think about how creepy you can get with her shrinking abilities.
You're so big. You filthy mother. And we pass the edge of civility. Yay! Look, the ship is crashing, Mom. Get your lifeboat. No one wants to save you, son. Lovely. All right, ignoring that with every fiber of my being.
Yeah, I'm waiting.
Oh, dear God.
You can do it. Really?
I'm drawing a complete blank. Carrie Fisher in Return of the Jedi.
Okay, very good. Very good. She-Hulk.
Dude, what's with you and green women?
Green is hot, man.
Green is nausea.
No, there ain't enough blue chicks. Green is hot. What? Scrolls don't count. They're ugly.
They don't have to be. I mean, theoretically, it could be whatever the fuck they want it to be. Why am I having this conversation? I'm so sad.
Because Cabo's a jackass, that's why.
Why is this happening to me?
Because you agreed to a podcast.
Yeah.
You sad, pathetic little man.
Dumber than a bag of rocks. All right. What am I on? 3?
Yeah.
Motherfucker.
Dun, 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 dun. Emma Peel?
Emma Peel. You know why I can't find Emma Peel hot? I mean, she was very attractive, but my dad had a thing for Emma Peel.
Oh, that's...
Can't really go there.
Can't take the generational route.
And Franco won't go in where others have been. Oh, dear God.
Come on, work with me.
I'm trying very hard to not work with anyone on this question.
Remember, kids, we're not journalists. We're jackasses.
By profession. Wow, I really don't watch a ton of sci-fi anymore. I used to.
Well, go with comics then.
Yeah, I promised one comic one, which would be, let's see, hottest in comics would be John Byrne's Invisible Woman.
Okay. Since it was his confessed concept that Sue Storm should be the model of beauty for all things Marvel.
Well, John Byrne is a modest man in many ways.
All right. Who's that leave? I do enjoy Power Girl quite a lot. But currently, right this minute, Zatanna has me in her grasp.
Just say I like fishnets. Why really even have any?
No, it's not even fishnets. It's legs. She wears boots now, so it covers up most of the fishnets.
Thank you for knowing that.
I gave you the book. You saw it.
I didn't study it to the same degree
Oh,
you
give
did,
me a
apparently.
break, you jackass.
And finally, I'm going to go Lucy Lawless in Battlestar Galactica.
Excellent. Very good.
Now,
You've done me proud.
one more.
I'm done.
No, that was 4. I went first, didn't I?
No, I went first.
Oh, well, then never mind. All right, and we're done. And let's hit the pile before I vomit.
Secret Avengers #1. I'm digging it. It's a good start. It's a solid start. Although it does give us Moon Knight, it gives us everyone else. It gives us Valkyrie. Valkyrie. You know, when you read things and you're a kid and nobody ever speaks them out loud, you have to figure out how to pronounce them on your own.
Go through the whole team for a second. Or at least who we know is on the team.
On this one?
Yep.
On Secret Avengers? Moon Knight, Valkyrie, Natasha Romanoff, Steve Rogers, War Machine, and Beast, and Nova. That's a pretty big team, actually.
It's a very awful team.
Well,
No. I'm sure. You know, I like Bendis. I like a lot of what's happened with the Avengers.
well, this one's Brubaker.
Fair enough. I love Brubaker. But, you know, Bendis was behind separating
yeah.
all this crap.
Yeah.
Be fair. But let's be honest. Take Steve Rogers and the Black... Well, you could even leave the Black Widow in, really. If you take Steve Rogers out of this book, you'd be like, why the fuck am I reading this?
Yes.
I'm not saying everyone. I'm saying you in particular. Like, this is an also-ran cast of the highest order.
Oh, it absolutely is. None of these people have had their own book.
War Machine has. Beast has. Nova has.
Beast had his own miniseries.
All right.
That's not the same. War Machine may as well have been a miniseries.
Nova
For
has
all
his
the
own book.
impact and import it had.
What? No, I didn't say anything about import. Nova definitely had its own book. So did the Black Widow.
Black Widow had her own book when?
Now.
Now, yeah, just now. Just now. To go along with this.
Valkyrie was the only person on the Defenders anybody ever heard of.
But this Serpent Crown stuff, I'm happy to see that back. They haven't touched anything like that in a long time.
No, I'm intrigued by it. I'm not knocking the book. I'm just saying, like,
but they
I
are
would've
curious
preferred-
choices. They are curious choices. But Moon Knight is, it's a covert team. So Moon Knight is a very dark and brooding
moron,
off to the side, trying to be stealthy despite his schizophrenia, which is probably going to get the whole team killed.
Well, you could kill this team, other than Steve Rogers.
Sure.
Maybe the Black Widow.
Because there's going to be another Black Widow. No. There's been 50 of them.
But let's be honest. Who's going to be heartbroken
She's
to see
a super spy, so
Nova
she knows covert.
Like
I don't care about Nova. Steve Rogers, he knows espionage. Sure. Of course he does. What's that look?
Why does Steve Rogers know espionage exactly?
He's done plenty of covert ops. What are you talking about? He's
about
always sneaking into places.
The main thing the guy does is wear blue body armor and drive out of planes to beat up Nazis. That's the least
40s.
And come on, that man is like the least covert operative ever.
He knows what he's doing. God damn it! He went.
He gets caught everywhere. He's an 8 foot tall, 6 foot wide, blonde, blue haired, no acne having, bangs your mom for the good of the country, superhero.
That's
freak.
Ultimates.
Fair enough. But that man is about as unsubtle
as the Beast. The Beast is not a subtle guy.
I don't know. The whole concept
for
of this book,
really?
He's their tactical support.
But I do like how Deodato has evolved. He's really moved forward from the cheesecake and into the moody, atmospheric action.
You loved him early, though, with the cheesecake, too. That first run on Wonder Woman, the stuff he was doing.
No,
on
I
Thor.
didn't like him when he was doing Wonder Woman.
No? I thought you liked that.
No.
You did like the Thor.
When a thigh is as longer and as wide as the woman's torso, just to make it look longer,
leave J. Scott
so it's
Campbell out of
sexier.
this.
No, he did the same thing. But yeah, I'm going for number 2. I ain't got a problem with it so far.
And Brubaker is a great writer.
Brubaker is an amazing writer. Can't wait till he does some more Criminal.
Yep. All right, next up.
Let's get that out of the way. Oh, wait a minute. Heroic Age, New Avengers #1.
Now this is a team.
This is a much more interesting, bright, out in the day team.
Now who do we have here?
Spidey, Wolvie, Carol Danvers, Luke Cage, and the Thing. We got power, we got energy, we got gritty, and we got snarky.
Actually, like 3 of them are snarky.
Well, you know, there's witty snarky, and there's gruff snarky.
Actually, Carol Danvers is kind of snarky. Pretty much everybody but Spider-Man is snarky. Which just kind of bears the question, is anyone trapped on a team with Spider-Man eventually snarky? Make another joke. I swear to God.
He's wearing booties. But do they really have to drag Doctor Strange into this again? And Brother Voodoo?
I don't...
And the Eye of Agamotto?
The whole Brother Voodoo, Doctor Strange thing... Why are we messing with Doctor Strange? Like, does anyone think 20 years from now Brother Voodoo is going to be the Sorcerer Supreme?
And who the fuck thought Son of Satan would come back? Damon Hellstrom?
Warren Ellis did.
Yeah, well, Warren Ellis, okay. If anybody was going to work with Son of Satan,
he did.
It was going to be Warren Ellis.
And then when that canceled, he went on and did Druid, which I loved, and you thought I was an idiot for loving.
Me. But I'm very happy to see that Cap is giving Victoria Hand a shot.
I thought that was clever writing. It was unexpected. I liked how they did it. They made the point, like, she made logical decisions in an illogical world. No, it was a neat, interesting move.
I was quite happy with that. And
it also opens up for when...
She holds the number 6 spot.
Is that because she's a lesbian?
No.
All right, just checking.
She's got dark hair.
Lots
and
of
legs.
people have dark hair and legs.
I like dark hair.
And legs.
And legs.
Now, are you more upset if a girl doesn't have dark hair or if a girl doesn't have legs?
I'm more upset if they don't have legs.
All right.
Because you can dye hair. But, you know, I'm down with everything but Avengers Academy so far. I'm having fun with it. I like it.
No, but you haven't tried Avengers Academy, to be fair.
No, because it's a rehash of Initiative, and I didn't give a shit about that.
But you never really tried Initiative either, other than the graphic I bought.
Well, what did I need to know? I mean, it was kids. Well, Initiative wasn't strictly kids, but Avengers Academy is filled with kids. And if I want...
And you don't do Young Avengers either.
Nope.
You just hate children.
In comics, yeah.
Is this because of Power Pack?
No.
Did Power Pack ruin you for other kid books?
No. I hardly ever read any Louise Simonson.
You love the Power Pack.
No, I didn't.
The little kid that turned into clouds?
Yeah, that one was gay. Every time I saw him guest star in something, I imagined him talking like, and we have to go out and get the bad guys. Being all gaseous.
Wow. All right, moving on rapidly. What's next?
Heroic Age, Avengers, #1.
Okay.
Another companion book. Now, this is supposedly the big, huge premiere book because it's got all the iconic heavy hitters. And a couple of double-ups.
Which bothers the piss out of me.
A little bit, yeah. It's got Bucky Cap.
Right.
Wolvie has a double-up. Spidey has a double-up. Tony Bloody Stark with way too many shiny things on his armor. And Thor. I'm looking forward to Thor really fucking with Tony for a while.
He already forgave him.
Well, he forgave him, but that doesn't mean he's forgotten.
It's Thor, dude. He can't fuck with anybody.
Of course he can.
Thouest do not makest humorous actions. No, come on. Thor does not prank.
Not that kind of fucking. He's going to give him some grief, I think.
I doubt it.
Ah, sure he is. And they more playing around with Doctor Strange in this one, too. But you know what? I'll forgive damn near anything. Make careful reference to that sentence. Pay very close attention to almost. If Bendis is there and JRJR is there. I'm quite happy with it. This is supposed to be the heroic age. Great things are supposed to happen in vast epic swaths of storytelling. He's got the clean, open, bright line to do that kind of stuff.
I know. I liked the book. I liked all three. My only problem is if you're going to have a guy on one team, don't have him on two teams.
Yeah, I have questioned that. It is kind of weird.
Because now Wolverine is officially on two Avengers team and the X-Men and his own solo book.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Because we're in 1989.
Well, I mean, the exact same thing is going on with Spider-Man. He's got Web, Amazing 3 times a month.
Well, to be fair, those are all his. Like, Batman's got 45 books and the JLA. Like, that's. It is what it is. But my thing is, if you're going to have all these things in the continuity, in the Spider-Man books, just like the Batman books, juggle the idea that they're all happening to him.
Yeah.
You know, so be it. Officially, it's all one giant fucked up busy life.
Yes.
But now he's affecting continuity in 2 Avengers books and his own books. But at least, unlike Wolverine, he's not in a third fucking team. You know how many stupid little boxes? Events happen here before Wolverine goes off into space and becomes a lizard.
They barely ever do that anymore, though.
Yeah, but now they'll have to.
Yeah, I hope they do, because maybe things will seem a little more cohesive.
You know, I just don't like it. It's a small thing, but it bothers me. Like, put them on one damn team. Like the Wolverine with the Avengers, they made a point. He's
Number
a part-time
7,
Avenger.
Marina Bakarin.
Yeah, I thought she'd make top 5.
No. Not when you got things like
She-Hulk.
Grace Park running around. Grace Park. Athena. Sharon Valeri. Hot little Asian robot cyber chick.
Moving on rapidly. Yeah, so that was my major thing there. Bendis, JRJR, I mean, nothing but things that I like the cast of the book, just would have preferred.
Now, I want to know why Simon's being such a douche, though. I mean, when hasn't Wonder Man been a douche? But why is he specifically being a douche now in here in this book? I want to know
because Bendis doesn't want him on the damn team.
Well, I mean, all he's got to do is say no. Then
think about it.
Have him wander off.
They put him in the Mighty Avengers,
dickhead,
at the beginning. You remember that?
Yes, and then he wandered off
because no one likes writing Wonder Man.
Because he's fucking Simon Williams. I hated that character in the original run of Avengers. I didn't like him any time I had the misfortune of having to pick up West Coast Avengers.
Or his own book.
Which I never actually purchased. I was given. Thank you very much, Mr. Douchebag.
Come on. He's in Hollywood and he fights a film editor, supervillain killer named Splice.
I am so fucking done with that right there. I'm glad Kang's back. I'm glad Maria Hill is back.
Dude, Kang is your fondness for Kang boggles my mind. Like, I enjoy crappy villains, and even I think Kang is ridiculously stupid. You beat me, so I'm going back in time so that you can't beat me. But you beat me!
But there's the Council of Kangs as well. Which I know Hickman took his Council of Richards from. I mean, who doesn't know that? I mean, how do you... I mean, look at that.
Multi-Kang.
There's 12 billion different Kangs, and they're all running things together as a unit, and they have this one rogue one that fucks everything up left and right. And then, oh, look what comes out. A council of Reed Richards who are trying to run everything and make everything cool.
That's probably a plot by Kang.
Don't say shit like that out loud.
Why?
Because Hickman will do it.
There you go. You'll have the Council of Richards fighting the Council of Kang.
That's gonna suck.
The Kang-Richards War.
Oh, terrible.
And you know who will end it? Simon Williams.
Terrible.
When he kills the Kang Overmind. Oh, I like this.
After he's elected the galaxy's actor supreme.
Exactly.
By the gods of fucking cinematography.
I'm telling you. And Splice.
Christ, I hate you. I don't remember what Avengers Prime was about.
Kang.
That was just the setup, right?
Kang, plot and shit. Now, I mean, really, once you see Kang, you start looking at the plot differently. Like, it's not going to make a lick of sense anyway. Now, which one is Avengers? Let me see this.
Yeah, you take that. Boom, boom, boom,
That was the Alan Davis did the art on this.
Yeah. What happened in Heroic Age? I don't remember Heroic Age. What's that tell you about the story? Oh yeah, the Celestial Rogue and Hawkeye and Mockingbird. And I'm bored with this book. Bye. Not talking about that one.
No, this is where they all end up in Valhalla.
Yeah.
The Enchantress.
That's
Avengers
right.
Prime is the Iron Man.
That's another person I was glad to see back. She's like number 9.
Enchantress?
Yes.
I just miss Scourge. Scourge the Executioner.
What a great character. What an absolutely two-dimensional, wondrous, wondrous engine of carnage.
One of the great Simpson issues of all time.
One of the best covers ever. See him standing there with twin M16s going up against demons.
Makes you want to read it. Just
Yes, it absolutely does.
sounds ridiculous, but it was awesome.
All right. Then we shift some serious fucking gears over here to Detective 865, where we finally finish up old Jeremiah Arkham's run again.
Despite the fact he's already been caught and imprisoned,
Yeah.
now we prove that he's the Black Mask.
Ugh, God. Why couldn't Black Mask just be Black Mask?
Who was the original Black Mask? Was it
He
anybody?
was not Jeremiah Arkham. I know that. I remember that much. And what is it with insane women falling in love with insane villains?
Well, they're insane. I mean,
Yes.
you kind of answered your own question there, really.
Shouldn't the smart ones be falling in love with the insane ones because opposites attract?
Really?
And then they can get empathy, and
You
they
get
feel
a
that
lot
they
of
can
action
change
from
them.
women that are totally dislike you.
No, never.
Exactly. That whole opposites attract plan.
Is horseshit. I know. What do you think I'm moving?
World's stupidest concept, number 4. I enjoy sports. I hate sports. Let's do it. I like war. I hate war. Let's do it. No,
Never
no.
fucking happens. It's more like, I'm a big fan of the military. I'm a tree hugger. See ya.
Yeah, alright.
Let's talk about something else. Yeah, finally finished the story. I want to know what happens. I want to see another story, another short, self-contained one like that one was. Get it over with. Move forward. By that time, Bruce is back. Give me
Yeah,
my
I want to
fucking
see
Batman.
Bruce freaking Wayne. Let him fight Black Mask. He'd figure it out in 4 minutes.
Yeah.
You smell like Jeremiah Arkham.
Pop him
And
right,
there's the title.
pop him right in it. You smell like Jeremiah Arkham. And that title is 52 minutes in. I remember that. Oh, Gotham City Sirens. Tony Bedard, Peter Wynn, and Jack Purcell. I'm still liking the art.
If you weren't sentimental
I
about
didn't-
this book, would you give a rat's ass? If they weren't Batman villains?
If they weren't Batman villains, absolutely not.
That's my problem with this book. The only reason you're reading it is basically it's a Batman side project that's
Yeah.
fun enough. Like, it's not terrible.
Yes.
I mean, if we're absolutely horrible, you wouldn't buy the motherfucker.
No, I'd have given it up a while
But
ago.
really, you take out the Batman aspect of it, 3 really bad at being supervillains hang out and get in wacky adventures, which requires one of them to do something dumb and 2 of them to save them.
It's
During which
there's
they
a
both
formula.
get captured.
There's a formula. Everything's got their formula. You just hope that it's not that clear.
I'm sorry, this book holds no serious appeal to me. I mean, where's the upside?
When did... I don't remember Selena having a sister that was a nun.
Yes. Yeah, it was back in the whole Catwoman series.
Oh, well, that
She showed up
explains it. I
before.
never
Yeah,
read it.
Jim Ballon.
That's why I never read it.
You don't like Jim Ballon?
Well, I occasionally liked his art when I wasn't feeling creeped out by just how insanely over the top it was. All he did was draw a naked chick without nipples and color her purple.
Yeah, okay, gonna have to not go back and look at that.
That suit was drawn so skin tight, it just was not natural.
It's a comic.
I know it's not a comic. Hi, douchebag. I know it's a fucking comic book.
I'm just saying, unnatural is pretty much where they bread and butter.
Yeah, that's where they live. I get that, and all that's fine and dandy. But there's a point where it's excessive. You know what I'm saying?
All right, fair enough. But yeah, she was back there. They mentioned her before in different things. But now she's a psycho nun killer, and wacky hijinks will ensue.
With a demonic angel inside her.
Yeah.
Which is probably more her own schizophrenia. But
basically, if this book wasn't semi-Batman related, you'd have already dumped it.
Yeah. But I'm going to finish that one out and call it even. Because it's probably going to end by 24 anyway.
Really?
I'm just guessing. On the rare occasion I look at a sales chart, it's never all that high up there. So, I don't remember what Peter Calloway did with Joker's Asylum 2, The Riddler. Do you remember?
Yes, the Riddler falls in love and can't solve the riddle.
Right. That's right. So he goes on a tear trying to become a better man because we've never read that fucking story anywhere before.
And then the Joker forces the woman to date him. Yeah, it's a one shot.
There's plenty of one shots that are just fine. But then there's things like this. It's like, are you trying to build his character? Really? Because he's got 40 fucking years of character building behind him.
Riddler, he's got like 3 weeks. There was no development in the Riddler from his inception until about 5 years ago.
Well, then we got 5 years of character build up, but that's still 5 years of character build up. This is not. No, I didn't need that book, but I totally needed a new Tom Strong and the Robots of Doom. So happy to see this on the stands. It's not more, but it is Sprouse. I'm a big fan of Sprouse.
Sprouse is a great artist. I love Tom Strong. I do always feel that Tom Strong, without more writing, has a certain caricature. But who cares? Tom Strong is a heck of a lot of fun.
Yeah,
this story starts strongly with
his son coming back.
Didn't finish the run, so I don't remember his ghost brother.
No, I don't remember the ghost brother either. But I clearly remember the son.
Yep, Albrecht.
And his Nazi mama running around in her bustier trying to get some off of Tom. Again.
Well, it worked out well for the first time.
At least she kept him awake this time.
You gotta give the guy credit. Like, how many people get knocked out, drugged, have sex, and then the woman craves it for another 50 years?
How good is fucking Tom Strong?
God damn! That is recalculous.
Oh, don't ever use that fucking word on this podcast again.
Oh, now you done it.
Oh, fuck you. What are you talking about? Don't say recalculous on my podcast. Don't do it.
Don't be recalculous.
Stop! Now you're doing it on purpose.
Of course I am.
It's too bad Tom was married, though, because I don't care if she is 80. She looked like that. I hate the shit.
She's a Nazi, you freak.
She got that ass.
Repeat after me. Repeat after me. We do not bang Nazis.
Nazis.
Dill hole.
Dill hole. You didn't want that part repeated, right?
Shut up. All right. Breaking from the list. Go back to the request. I can't believe you.
She got that ass.
Shut up. We
We
do not
bang
Nazis.
Nazis.
Horrible.
That's too long for a title, but that would have worked. Oh. Yeah, okay. We talked about being a furry. We talked about we talked about the sexy sci-fi chicks. So
Just
we
rub
got
the salt in the wound.
top 3 comic movies or books, movies and books. Dream crossover and zombie comics.
That's all it's left.
That's all that's left.
All right.
Oh, Goblinita.
Goblinita.
Julio just likes hearing about Goblinita.
Because Goblinita is the greatest character of all
I'd like to
time.
remind new listeners, should there be any ever, that Goblinita is actually the Marvel character Menace, who was at least at one point carrying Norman Osborn's child.
Yeah, where has she been in all this?
Got me.
Got Goblinita. There's a t-shirt.
Got Goblinita? You think we could get away with bootlegging that?
You know what? Considering I made up Goblinita, I really don't think anyone could be like. I believe your use of the word Goblinita is reference to our character Menace, and we'll have to slap. I suspect all 4 shirts that we make will be fine. Mine, yours, and Julio's.
Goblinita. Oh, Goblinita.
Norman
Harry
Osborn seems to need you.
See, that's a new line. You haven't used that one before.
Have a baby.
Julio's now happy.
There you go. All right, Goblinita has been covered. But seriously, like
I don't care.
Think
about
Menace. Really, I'm the female mutant, not mutant, to be fair, but she somehow warps into a female version of the Green Goblin.
Yeah.
That flies around and bangs the Green Goblin.
Got no need for it.
Top 5 stupidest concepts ever. Like, right up there with Terror Incorporated.
Although Terror has a wonderful backstory.
Do you actually know Terror Incorporated's backstory?
Yes.
Why?
He was a cursed Roman, not gladiator, centurion.
He's cursed.
Yes.
To go around ripping up body parts and
Yes.
sticking them to himself to have new and amazing powers.
Yes.
That's a curse.
Yes.
And why has he got weird little fishy tentacle things coming out of his face?
I don't know. That part nobody ever covered.
Who cursed him?
But I can't remember who in particular, but it was probably because he was banging some senator's wife.
That's the stupidest curse of all time. No, not that.
I didn't say it was a great backstory. I said he did have a long backstory because it was
the
from Roman
stupidest
times.
curse of all time is from the Mummy movies, where if you have a villain, you stick him with bugs that can eat him alive, and then if he ever
that
escapes,
really is the dumbest
he has
curse
more
ever.
powers than
Yes.
anyone ever.
Yes.
Yeah,
Make
that's
your
an
villain
awesome
more
curse.
powerful by putting him away. That's a great idea. Kill his ass. There's always some convoluted shit that just
Gotta
totally
thank John
fucks
Walsh
something
for
up
pointing out
later.
that is the dumbest curse of all time. Yes, you're going to be eaten by bugs for 200 years, and then phenomenal cosmic power. Itty bitty bug-filled living space.
So, we want to... No, I don't want to talk about the next book yet. Goblinita, Zombie Comics. Take your pick. Dream crossover, Zombie Comics, or top 3 comic movies.
Or end books.
And books.
All right, top 3 comic movies first.
Dark Knight.
Iron Man.
Batman Begins.
Hellboy.
You know, a lot of people aren't digging on it, but I really, really enjoyed Punisher. A lot. Way up there. Way up there.
Never watched it. Sin City.
Very good. Hulk is a close 4.
300.
300 is a closer 4.
Well, I mean, half of mine would have been in your top 3, and vice versa.
Yeah, I was not really wanting to double up, but it just would have sounded like oh, you're just not very imaginative because you don't like, you're
I know she
saying
put
the same
Kick-Ass
thing.
in there.
Kick-Ass I only saw once. I enjoyed the living fuck out of it.
But it's got a warrant repeat.
Yeah, I got to see it again to make sure.
Okay.
Oh, and there was a really good hit girl at the con.
Ah, very nice.
Really good. Very funny. She was awesome. Yeah, the right hair color, the mask was fine. Lots to like about the costume.
Okay.
Cool.
And top 3 books of all time.
Of all time ever. Wow.
Not runs, books. So it's got to be something that stood, either died after a while, or you've repeatedly enjoyed. Like Walt Simonson's Thor would be in my top run of all time. Thor would not. Mark
That-
Waid Flash run, Flash
Not so much. That makes it tough.
Yeah, well, that's the whole point.
Nothing has ever really stayed consistent their entire way through.
Well, it can't. But what are your top 3? Can be shorter books.
I'll start with Preacher.
All right. Again, with no repeating, even if we agree.
Okay.
Transmetropolitan.
Oh, very good. Very good. I know it's very gothy, and non-goth people aren't really supposed to like it. But Sandman.
100 Bullets.
There you go. Very nice. And actually, Y stayed consistent for a long time.
Wow, not a single Batman title in your top 3.
Well, it's been up and down so much.
Yeah, but there've
and it's
been
gone
enough.
It's leveled off and plateaued for long periods, and then it's dipped down for long periods. So the really amazing shit, you have to work to find it a lot.
It tends to be shorter in span, too.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to go with a lesser-known Garth Ennis, but Hitman.
There you go. Very nice. Very nice. And, anybody who actually wants to put out the effort to write an email can add to, subtract from, or argue and denigrate us about any of these choices.
There are many other books. I mean,
but
Major
remember
Bummer
remember our criteria on it.
for 6 issues. I mean, because it's got to have a certain length too.
Yeah.
I may love the Heckler, and I may be the only one. It had 6 issues.
Yeah, so you can't really call that. And, Burns' run on Fantastic Four, awesome. I'd reread them anytime you put them in front of me. I got no problem with it. But it's a small chunk of a very long-standing book that had very well-known low points.
Now, what about the Hulk? I mean, Peter David's run, which you
12
enjoyed.
years worth. 12 fucking years.
Imagine that.
That's mind-boggling. That anybody from, the 80s up would spend 12 years on one book. But, no, I did enjoy that immensely. But that's just his run on it. After he left, tanked to shit. Put your hat on, right?
This is not a...
You ain't a motherfucking B-boy. Take that shit off.
Oh, dude, I break it down.
You're just rebelling against everything, aren't you? You
Actually,
got your
it's just
hats on
comfortable for 4
sideways.
seconds. Anyone who sees
pants
the
on
anyone who sees the Reverend in
backwards.
public with the hat on sideways can feel free to kick the shit out of him. I may struggle, but not much.
Yeah, but go ahead. Tell us what you feel is better books than any of ours, or why ours are shit. But remember, it's not runs; it's consistent books.
But we're gonna prid quo quo it. Top 5 runs.
Oh, that's far more difficult.
Well, it has to be.
It's far more difficult.
Well, it can change tomorrow,
Do
but
they
for
gotta
this
give-
moment right here,
They got to give us
episode
runs.
50. Huh?
They got to give us runs.
We're giving our top 5, and then they can give
Oh
theirs.
shit, man! It's over an hour. It's 9 o'clock. It's 9.
Step up, son.
You know what?
Dare to be episode 50.
Blow me.
Never gonna happen. Dare to be episode 50.
Until the rent's due. Oh, I love watching Serenity. Burn Fantastic Four.
Simmons and Thor.
That's where I was going.
You gotta, hey, you know, no repeating.
I know. David Hulk.
You know, I would go that route. I mean, it's your list, so be fair. But the entire David Hulk run to me is not favorite. Wade's original run on Flash.
There you go. Morrison's X-Men. Did I just say that? Can you shoot me, please? That was a total lie. That was misleading. I threw that in there just to fuck with people because you know I hate Morrison.
I hope someday you meet him and he beats the piss out of you.
You know what? That Scottish fuck can bring it.
He probably can. You get like headbutted like something in fucking Train Spotting. Grant Morrison is like a little Begbie in the making, and you have no idea.
I'll just smash a glass in his throat. Call it even.
Wow. All the violence. Alright, so.
Runs. Oof, there's so many of them. You figure it's got to be at least a year's worth?
No, just, you know, if it's a major storyline, you know, because it's about quality. Like a favorite of mine, it's too short and it's not epic enough, but Azarella's 6-issue Batman, I know you're not a huge fan of it, but...
Broken City.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I went back and reread that, and I changed my mind.
Okay. But, you know, if that were a larger impact, but that's a run to me. He did 6 issues.
Yeah. I was thinking more grander scales.
We'll go.
All the years Ron Mars spent on Silver Surfer.
Okay, I've never been the Silver Surfer fan you have, but fair enough. Iron Man Armor Wars. Kind of want to go Armor Wars too because of JRJR, but Armor Wars 1 is a better storyline.
All those Michelini years, yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. Ennis's Punisher.
Okay.
Ooh. Terry Moore's Strangers in Paradise.
No.
Another lie.
Let's see. Mike Zeck as artist on Captain America.
Okay. All right. Absolutely. Before Capwolf.
There you go.
With poor Mark Grunwald, rest in peace, running that stuff.
Capwolf, you know what? Mark Grunwald was a great writer. Capwolf was not a great story. But he did do the Squadron Sinister and Squadron Supreme stuff that you totally enjoyed back in the day.
Straczynski's Spider-Man I reread, and it got me back into that brand new day, one more day era. I liked it. I enjoyed it.
I wasn't a huge fan of that. I remember the whole Spider-Man totem thing. Mark Waid's first 11-issue run on Captain America.
Yeah. With wonderful Ron Garney and a couple other different guys. Actually.
Amazing book.
And the Piece de Resistance, Geffen on JL.
Damn, nicely done.
End it with a bang.
There you go. All right, so what's next in the pile?
Nobody's favorite, Wonder Woman.
Why do you keep buying this book?
Well, you know, I'm going to see what the new direction takes on 600, which is immediately after this one. And, you know, if it doesn't really turn my gears, I'm done.
Really?
Yeah.
Because you've been fighting me on this book, because I've been done since you bought it.
It's getting stranger all the time. I don't really need this intergalactic pseudo-Klingon ancient Greek sisterhood bullshit. They weren't even mercenaries. What was the point of their existence? They were just conquerors?
Is
that what was happening there?
It's like the Chronicles of Riddick.
They were part of the Underverse.
Over, under, backward, forward. Here we go again. Yes, that's an Alice in Wonderland reference.
No, I just think Wonder Woman should be less easy to beat the piss out of. I don't care if this person, she is her pseudo half-sister from Hippolyta that got taken away and out into the galaxy to become
Wonder Woman has the single worst villain pool.
She does, man. Who has a worse villain? Who has a worse rogues gallery?
No. Who? All right.
Yeah, the gears are turning hard, aren't they?
I'm trying to think. What? Well, I'm the one who said it, motherfucker, and suddenly you're challenging me. Green Arrow has a truly awful.
Ugh. Brick was okay.
Brick was retarded. I'm made of brick, and I like gang warfare. No,
I thought you liked Brick.
I don't mind Brick. I'm just being mean because I them. But Count Vertigo, Shadow, the female ninja assassin.
Merlin, the copycat Green Arrow, who's just
God.
bad.
But, he does have onomatopoeia.
Onomatopoeia?
Well, I like saying it my way.
Which Kevin Smith used.
Yep.
Who?
Really, the U.S. government? I mean, he's got some decent ones. Himself.
Yeah, that's pretty relevant, actually.
Hawkeye is a truly appalling. Oddball is his number one. The Juggler, you remember that from the Hawkeye miniseries?
Okay, done with that.
Oh God!
But no, I mean they got Cheetah, Ultra Humanite, occasionally.
Giganta or whatever the hell her name is.
Giganta, who I guess is not really enemies anymore. They just
half
have
the time
long, involved conversations about men on beaches now. But it's JMS coming on board, so I want to see what he does.
Fine. I mean, it's your money. I'm just so far in the entire time I've been reading Wonder Woman again, can't think of a single issue where I'm like, ooh, that was a good read.
I was enjoying the first 12, and then after that it got iffy, and then
weird Samoan gods and married to Heracles and
she's just a poster child for character abuse, man.
She's hard to write.
Why is she hard to write? She's just a strong woman character with this Greek heritage of the gods.
Gods are always
that should have built-in near limitless story capabilities.
And dude, Thor is next to impossible to write well. Why? Because you've got to try and mix modern technology with Norse mythology and the fact that somehow he got created as a blonde-haired, blue-eyed. Then with Wonder Woman, she was made of clay by lesbians.
I don't think that Thor is that difficult to write at all. You have some Asgardian adventures, and then you have him pal around with the Avengers.
Funny, it's not that hard to write in the Avengers. In his own book, however.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's nothing that says that aside from the Avengers, he must have adventures on Earth. There's absolutely nothing anywhere that says that.
Except he exists on Earth as well, so you can't ignore that.
Of course you're not going to ignore it.
And then
you just don't have to desperately try to make it a focus so that you have stories. If you run out of things that you think you can effectively do on Earth, you bring them back to fucking Asgard till you figure it out.
So you basically would just write Thor in Asgard all day long, beating up giants and banging Sif.
There aren't any really good action fantasy books out there, and that could fill the niche.
Because Conan was a market book back in the day.
It was, see?
And some damn good reads, too.
Yeah. So they could have taken that route at any point instead of making him Sigurd Jarlsson, construction worker extraordinaire.
Thunderstrike.
Yeah, and they never had to bring his dumb ass out.
Don't forget Red Norving.
Don't tell me not to forget stupid shit like that. Don't do it, because I want to desperately.
But getting back to Wonder Woman, a difficult book to write, made of clay, created by lesbians, weird island, bullet bouncing bracelets, ridiculous bad clothing, Steve Trevor,
what are you talking about?
invisible plane.
Bad clothing.
I mean, nothing is writable in this book.
There's plenty writable in this book. I just don't agree.
Invisible plane!
They could get rid of the invisible plane. The invisible plane is kind of pointless.
The lasso of truth!
But she flies all by herself, so the invisible plane has not been that big a factor for quite a while.
Steve Trevor was just flying it the other day.
Yeah, he was.
Which was sad
because
in and of itself.
they didn't eliminate it from existence. It still exists. She doesn't need it, so she doesn't use it.
Plus, they just had a character get invited to take a shower with Wonder Woman and say, nope, I don't think we should have a relationship anymore.
That was dumb.
I don't even have words for that.
That's what passes for dramatic tension in some books. Dumb decisions. Well, you think about
anybody
that,
who wouldn't break up with her after the fact, as opposed to before.
Oh, no, but that would make him a bad person.
Fine.
As long as he got to bang Wonder Woman.
In the shower.
I'm right with you on that score. That was dumb, but I can see what they were trying to do from a storytelling perspective. They were trying to make a little dramatic tension. They were trying to show that he's conflicted about the idea of a relationship with an ageless Amazon of perfect physique forever when he's going to die.
Whoopity crap, he's going to die next to an ageless Amazon of perfect physique forever.
And that would be my fucking attitude, too.
Wow, I can't believe I got old and you stayed insanely hot.
But that's not what drives a good story. Or it's not what could drive a good story.
It sounds like a pretty good story.
Handled better.
I'm just saying... This is not, dear ladies, this is the Reverend speaking. We apologize, but really, how many of you read comics and listen to this stupid fucking podcast? So why should I cater to you instead of speaking to the 4 people that listen and speak my language, the I want to bang Wonder Woman language?
You're starting to sound like me.
I'm not happy about it. I'm a beer ahead of you, that's why. All right, but Wonder Woman's not a good book.
I am going to see what JMS does, and then I'll make my decision there. And 600 clearly doesn't count because he's only got like 4 pages in there.
No, that's fine. But so Gotham City Sirens and Wonder Woman are both on the cusp of the end.
They are very close to the chopping block. The cord on the guillotine is fraying away right now.
Wow, look at you getting all French.
I don't have any super glue.
All right, what's next in the pile?
There may be a replacement for either of those books, considering they're filled with females and they're about to go bye-bye. Zatanna #1.
This book has less chance of surviving than a moth in the winter.
Okay. Don't know why that reference might be relevant, but okay.
I saw a moth the other day.
Paul Dini.
What? He saved Harley Quinn.
No, he didn't. But look. Start off with it's magic, which means anything can happen, and I don't necessarily want to go a magic route in the sense that they don't have to explain anything, because they did that shit with Brand New Day, and I was like, oh, they don't have to explain anything, it's magic.
And it pissed you off.
And that pissed me off. But magic was never the focus of Spider-Man, so it was incongruous. Zatanna has always been a magician, so she could have very Doctor Strange-like adventures in strange dimensions, meeting crazy demons, and there's a lot of room for a lot of good, solid adventure in here. And I hope Dini can pull it off. Well, yeah, and Doctor Strange did have good, solid adventure for a very long time.
That you're just discovering now, and you know why? Because no one ever read Doctor Strange.
Well, somebody must have been reading it. The motherfucker was published for 30 years.
Doctor Strange has only rarely been a successful book in the mid-'70s with Gene Colan on it.
They didn't have to restart it 1,200 times, though.
Well, it's a character people always want to go back
to. They kept going.
But think about it. The runs have always fallen apart. You've had Ellis on it. Magic is a hard sell.
No, this
because
could
it opens up to too many easy doors out.
Well, yeah, absolutely.
It makes for Deus Ex Machina every goddamn day, basically.
But this could be a fun, light, airy version of Hellblazer.
All right, Hellblazer is consistently actually. Hellblazer could easily make an argument for one of my favorite books because almost every run has been amazing.
Yeah,
Jamie Delano, great things. Garth Ennis, great things. Jock, great thing.
Jock?
Artist for a while.
Oh. But, no, I think... I'm trying to see the potential in things. I'm the mean geek, but I'm not the... I try not to be the overly... see? Hear that word? Overly cynical, jaded geek.
But that's...
I want to give things their
bread
chance.
and butter.
And believe me, if this book fails, I will be sitting there spreading that bread and butter.
All right.
And trying to be funny about it, although that rarely works. But
it's not just because she's hot, then.
Not just. Not just. She got the black hair. She got the legs. And see, boots, just like I said. How did you miss that?
I was reading the words.
It's the size of the whole fucking page. Do you not look at any art?
I look quickly. I mean, she's standing there holding her hat. I didn't think it required decent studying.
Whatever.
All right, so you're pro Zatanna. I'm anti for the time being.
I mean, she's turning big, multi-eyed, fanged creatures into cute little bunny rabbits by snapping her fingers and talking backwards. Not even looking, not even bothering.
I do like bunnies.
She's just so nonchalant about it. She's just like turned into a rabbit.
You know what I'd like to see? Would be a 1940 style Zatara book.
That could be fun too. Absolutely. Let's see, this tete-a-tete she's having with that demon was very Hellblazer-like.
Well,
in a lighter, airier way.
Yeah, like a Smurf version.
I don't know about Smurfs. I don't know from Smurfs.
I'm a Duke
Smurfs.
in Smurf.
What?
Nah, I was using Smurf for hell. Alright, so...
Yeah, it didn't work.
Holding off on Zatanna, what do we got next?
Ron Mars's Magdalena, Volume Pi, #1.
You know, reading this book, all I can think of?
Huh?
Is you remember Dead Alive?
No.
The zombie movie from Australia that Peter Jackson directed?
I remember that's what it was. I don't remember having watched it.
Ah. Well, there's a ninja priest in it at one point.
Oh, for God's sake, really?
Who screams out, "I kick ass for the Lord."
Oh, no.
And all I could think of throughout this whole book was that quote.
I like Ron's stuff, as we noted previously. His Silver Surfer stuff was one of the best runs I've read.
I really enjoyed him on Green Lantern. Magdalena, not sure I care.
Remember, we want him as a guest.
I'm not nothing about his writing. I'm not sure this is a character. I'm not a bad girl comic fan the way you are. I've never, and I'm not mocking you for that. But I've never been the big she guy or Lady Death. Or
I was never a Lady Death. Fuck you.
Fair enough. But
don't
that
even
whole
imply that.
Evil Ernie, whatever the hell he was. But who else falls under the bad girl? There was a whole line of this stuff for a while.
Yeah, for a long time. Warrior Nun Ariella.
And
it's not. I mean,
Witchblade, even like Witchblade seems like a later version thereof. And
yeah.
Magdalena, I believe, comes out of Witchblade.
Yeah.
Not literally, because
there's
gross.
close ties.
Yeah.
I didn't catch that sentence initially. Ugh. Let's wrap this shit up, huh? It's an hour and a half.
What do we got left?
Zombie comics.
Very few of them.
Very few, even less good ones. So, the only things we really got to talk about are Walking Dead and Walking Dead.
No, that's not true. Early on, you had the Mike Mignola created Dark Horse zombie phenomenon.
Huh?
Think back.
I can't do it.
There's a whole line of zombie comics based on Mike Mignola and Pat. I can't pronounce the last name. McEown McKeown.
Yeah. Keep going. Talk to me. Tell me about it.
And then,
because I don't remember it.
Gosh, and I can't recall the title, of course. But don't you remember all those Dark Horse zombies that they were doing for a while?
No.
That's very sad.
I mean, there's the comedy ones, and then there's the really bad ones. Like ZVR Adventure, which is missing the D because the font they used was too goddamn big to make it on the cover. Well, what the hell else does adventure mean?
Who knows?
I mean, how was it not adventure? I mean, really. That was boring as whale shit. Never going to buy another copy of that. Zombies versus Cheerleaders that I got this week was fun but disjointed. So, that was a little lighter and airier. It wasn't really a horror comic. It just had zombie-like creatures in it fighting cheerleaders occasionally. iZombie, which just started, so who knows where the hell that's going to go.
Well, we know what I think of it.
But I like it, and you're going to read number 3 next week.
Damn my job. There's gotta... why can't I remember the name of it?
And, there was Super Zombie Squad, or whatever the fuck that thing was.
Oh, God! Lord!
Yeah, where the U.S. military created a bunch of zombies that were
But
supposed to last 24 hours and then turn to dust in daylight so that they could drop them into
You did have
hot
Ultimate
zones.
Fantastic Four, which was awesome, with their taking the zombies, which led into Kirkland's Marvel Zombies.
Do you really want to count that, though? Because it's just established characters turned into zombies. The focus isn't really people dealing with zombies.
Good is good.
All right.
And of all of them, and compare it to the superhero zombies there. Then you've got Sherlock Holmes versus the Undead, which was an excellent read.
That was fun. I enjoyed that one.
That end?
Gone. Yeah, it did, finally.
I gotta pick up the graphics.
We missed it because of circumstances in LCSs around here.
Yeah.
Won't say anything more about that.
Local comic stores. I pieced that together on my own.
Oh, you think?
Yep.
Oh, yeah. I have to find it for you in like 3 different episodes.
Damn you. Alright. But yeah, no, I mean, obviously Walking Dead is the pinnacle because it's the only evolving story. It's really annoying that I can't remember the Dark Horse, but what that was is Mike Mignola did a 3-issue miniseries that introduced zombies.
Yeah.
To Dark Horse, and then they did all sorts of one-shots, like there was a Christmas one, and different people would do their own takes on zombies in the world, and it ran for about 1.5 years or so.
Huh.
But Walking Dead is just continuing zombie-built storyline from beginning to end.
I still don't remember that dumb thing, but okay. When was that? Was that mid-90s? Late 90s?
Yeah, it was in the late 90s, I believe.
Well, that explains it, because I was poor then, and I wasn't buying.
That'll do it. Plus,
I wasn't even reading about...
When you did experiment, random Dark Horse comics were not on your horizon.
No, they really weren't. But zombie, well...
But yeah, I think...
I do like iZombie. I can't help it.
Hey, you're allowed.
I finally like an all-red book, and you hate it. Well, how does that work?
I just want more Madman.
I'm sure you do.
All right, what else we got on the list?
Dream crossovers.
All right, top 5 crossovers you'd like to see.
They've all happened.
Not all.
Yeah. I don't want to see Star Wars X-Men. They already did Star Trek X-Men. That blew.
God, did they really?
Yes, they did, really. Absolutely true. Crossed over with Next Generation.
Of course. Well, of course.
I would like to see the...
They did G.I. Joe Transformers. I remember that one.
Yeah, several of those. So, I wouldn't mind seeing an alternate Star Wars universe where the Imperials won and came to our galaxy to beat up on the Federation. That would be pretty cool. See a Star Destroyer take out 6 or 8 Constitution class Star Cruisers.
Intriguing.
I would love that. I would absolutely love that. Because first off, the things are like 75 times their size. And Jean-Luc Picard ain't talking Vader out of a slaughter.
I want to see Batman Ambush Bug.
Oh my God.
How is that not happening?
Batman Ambush Bug? Holy shit. I can't. I have absolutely nothing to work with from that. Batman Ambush Bug?
You have everything to work with from that.
Holy shit, Batman ambush bug. It'd be like Batmite cubed.
Only it wouldn't suck.
Bruce would beat the ever-loving piss out of ambush bug.
But it would be phenomenal. You'd read it.
I would. Because I'm amused by ambush bug and Batman's my boy. So that would absolutely I would purchase that. I would. So what the hell else? So many of them have been done, man. Who picks these fucking questions?
Our fans.
Yeah, that was Cabo. Yeah, who else would go over well with who else?
You just gotta pick what you'd like to see. You know what I mean?
Well, that's what I'm trying to figure out. But there's been a lot of crossovers I didn't give a flying fuck about.
Well, sure, but that doesn't matter. Very few of them somebody didn't want to see.
Yeah.
And there's been ones that I wanted to see that didn't work out. Batman Punisher. Punisher Archie.
Who would go well with Cap? Who could cross over with Cap and make a good story? Maybe Fantastic Four Tom Strong.
I'd love that.
That would be awesome.
That'd be a great book.
Yes.
I would totally read that book. Okay, let's see.
Don't make me edit this motherfucker.
Cap Cherry Pop-Tart in...
Oh, hell. That would have to be Ultimate Cap. I can't believe we got a Cherry Pop-Tart reference out of this episode.
I want to see Bullet fight the Heckler.
Why? Okay, that's just dumb.
It totally is.
That's just dumb.
No, what would I really like to see?
Hitman Bullseye.
That'd be awesome. That would be absolutely awesome. That's a great read.
Hitman Bullseye. I would love that.
I'd like to see Daredevil Cap.
Yeah. I don't think they've ever officially teamed up in a story. I think they've been around each other. They know each other. But I don't think they've ever actually gone on missions together. So that would be pretty cool. Yeah. Okay. I'm down with that. One more and I'm off to shower because I got some serious swamp ass right now in this hot ass apartment.
Great.
Swamp Thing, Man Thing.
No, dude. No.
I
one wants to
I
see
knew you
that.
wouldn't like that.
No one wants to see Man Thing.
Well, not your Man Thing.
Yeah, fair enough. Whoever knows taste burns at the touch of Man Thing.
Who's I don't know. What do you think of Fate Doctor Strange?
Dr. Fate or Fate?
Yeah,
with this little
Doctor Fate.
Well, it's a big difference.
Doctor Fate and Doctor Strange. What do you think of that?
I would. That'd be an intriguing book. Probably
The
too
Phantom
convoluted,
Stranger
though.
and Doctor Strange.
That I would love.
That would be a lot better. Yeah.
Or Doctor Strange Hellblazer.
Ooh. Very good. Very good.
Really, Hellblazer or anybody. Hellblazer Cap would be awesome. Like, imagine that conversation. I'm sorry, what? All day long, Cap going, excuse me, what did you say? Can you even do that? Don't touch her there.
Unless it was Ultimate Cap, where it'd be like, give me some.
Yeah, well, fair enough. But your hatred for Ultimate Cap is there
are some things that make sense to me, and there are changes in the name of story that make sense and fit, and I'm fine with. And then there are changes just to be different, for no other purpose than to be different. Not whether they fit any preconceived notions, and there should be points where you dispose of preconceived notions, but Cap should not be using kindergartners as fucking human shields. And that's all there is to it. I don't care what fucking universe he's. I don't care if it's the Star Trek mirror fucking universe.
Do you think the Ultimates has run its course?
I'm pretty sure it has, yeah. I'm done with it. I'll say that.
Well, they've ended up most of the books anyway.
Yeah.
What is it right now? Ultimate Spidey and
Ultimate Avengers 3. Or Ultimates 12. I don't know. I think they're restarting Ultimate Avengers again. But, I'm out of ideas. And this is the part of the podcast where we go, yeah.
Yeah. I don't remember doing that before. Do we always do that?
It now is.
Oh, is that like it's a new thing?
It's a new tradition. We're taking a new direction.
From 51 to 100, we
Bing.
go, yeah. I have to do that 49 more times?
Yes, you do.
Fuck.
You can say it whenever you want. You can get it over with in the beginning.
No.
You can do it whenever you run out of other material.
I never run out of material.
You can do
That's
it
why I'm on the podcast.
At other times, you can do it multiple times.
Can I do it when we're not recording?
No, that wouldn't count.
Fuck.
Well, yeah. So, we've had a great episode, and, yeah.
Wait.
You got another crossover?
Tick.
Cap Tick. Oh my god. That could be so much fun. That could be an incredible amount of fun. That's a great idea. Call up Edland. Send him an email. Tell him he's got to go talk to the spirit of Mark
I don't think he'd be the hard one to convince, really.
Tell him he's got to get a Ouija board and talk to the spirit of Mark Grunwald. Be a muse for him. Alright, Serenity's over. We're out of list. I don't feel like talking about books.
What's left in the pile?
Well, I only pulled half the pile for this episode. So we still got iZombie 2, which you hate. Fantastic Four, which we actually covered current events in quite thoroughly this episode.
Yeah, you move on with that.
Ultimate Enemy, which I don't remember and found useless. Secret Warrior 16, which continues to develop the whole Leviathan, Hydra. What's the other one?
Barney the Purple Dinosaur?
That's not it. Power Girl 12, the sad ending of Sarah Connors.
Sarah Connor.
Amanda Connor. Gray and Palmiotti's run.
Who's taking over?
People I don't think are going to handle it with anywhere near as much humor and touching human drama.
What touching human drama?
Well, wait. I was confusing with what will happen. Judd fucking Winnick is gonna. The whole cast is gonna have AIDS by the time he leaves Power Girl.
I love Judd Winnick.
No, he does well, but he's got the
great Green Arrow. Right?
He's got a need to get a message out.
Well, there is that, but the book could kind of use.
No, this book could not use a message.
Could use anything.
We need a palate cleansing, easygoing, fun book like this to keep going.
You have it in Gotham City Sirens, and you're kicking it to the wayside.
No, that's not the same. The Gotham City Sirens ain't half as funny as this book.
You're just like that weird space pervert dude.
He was a funny motherfucker. He was Burt Reynolds from space, man. Come on.
Would totally read that book.
You see what I'm saying? And Thor 610, Powers 4, which I don't remember. Amazing Spider-Man 632, Shed Part 3, which was very good. I enjoyed it immensely. And in the next stack, you have Shed Part 4 and The Grim Hunt Parts 1, 2, and 3.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, so a huge Spider-Man.
Yes.
Love Shed.
Yep.
Shed has been an excellent Spider-Man run.
I've enjoyed it all to hell and gone. And if Grim Hunt can do a third of the storytelling that its parent story did, then I'll be reasonably happy with that.
Plus, if they do find a way to bring back...
I really hope they're not bringing back Kraven. I hope it's just a straight revenge story by his family. because I haven't read it yet. I didn't bring it over in this batch.
Because you haven't read it.
Yeah. Well, there's been a couple of things I've left to you to read in their entirety and leaving me out of it.
Excuse me?
Oh, yeah. Hitmonkey? I didn't read that fucking thing.
I'm going to punch you in the neck.
You knew that. I told you while we were recording that I didn't read Hitmonkey. Fuck no, I didn't read Hitmonkey.
I own Hitmonkey.
That's what... Oh, kids. Being a host to this guy is a fun time. And being a torturer of him is even better. It's years worth of pent-up vengeance coming around. And I get to do petty little shit that just irritates him. It makes my fucking week.
I hate you. I'm going to hire Hitmonkey to kick the shit out of you.
Yeah, you bring on the monkey. Bring the monkey. Where did this animal come from?
Shut up.
Alright, kids. I'm tired. It's hot. It's been a very long day. So we're going to call this one even. Pop us a message. Follow us on Facebook. Do whatever you want to do. Shoot up. Jack off. I don't care.
Send a goddamn email. We've just proven that we answer them.
Yeah, man. We contribute. We got the talk back going on, man. Hook us up. Hook a brother up. Anyway.
I literally made a furry self-reference for the love of the fan.
The fan.
Yeah, quite literally in this case. Everyone's a bastard except for me and Hitmonkey.
We're just dragging this shit out now because it's an hour and 45. So, we're calling it a night. Bless you, fuckers.
Bless you, fuckers.
The Mean Geek is recorded live at the Reverend Mad Duck's apartment whenever the hell we can get to it. You can find us on iTunes, Podcast Alley, Facebook, Comic Space, our own site, www.themeangeek.com. Subscribe to us through RSS, and most importantly, find us as a proud member on the Comics Podcast Network. Contact us directly through email at themeanergeek@gmail.com.